Welcome to this explainer. Look, we're going to jump right in today because we are about to go on an absolutely incredible journey into something we all do. I mean, we spend roughly a third of our entire lives doing it, right? But honestly, so many of us fundamentally misunderstand the whole shebang. We're talking, of course, about the sleeping brain, the night shift. It's kind of the perfect metaphor for what we're unpacking today, and it is absolutely going to change how you view what happens when your head hits that pillow tonight.
So, what if I told you, well, actually, scratch that. Let me just ask you directly. What do you really think happens when you skip just a single night of sleep? You know the drill. A lot of us think, oh, I'll just be a little groggy, I'll push through with a giant coffee, no big deal. But the reality hidden in our source material, it is actually staggering.
Get this, skipping one night of sleep versus drinking alcohol? The source reveals this truly shocking truth. Losing just one single night of rest makes your brain perform as if you are physically intoxicated. Yeah, literally like you've been drinking. That is how insanely powerful sleep really is. We so often treat pulling an all-nighter like a badge of honor, a sign of extreme dedication. But neurologically speaking, it's basically equivalent to walking into work completely inebriated. Crazy, right?
All right, so let's get into Section 1, the truth about sleep, working overtime.
It is absolutely time we shouted this persistent illusion that sleep is just some passive, boring waste of time where your body just powers down. Sleep is not switching off, guys. Your brain is working overtime. Most people think sleep is just hitting the off switch on a machine, but it's actually this incredibly active, highly dynamic period. I mean, your brain is aggressively sorting through the memories from your day, repairing damaged cells, and completely resetting your physical body for tomorrow. It's like this ultimate high-speed background processing phase.
Moving on to insight number 1, deep clean. They call it a nightly deep clean for your mind. And honestly, that paints such a vivid picture of what's going on up there. While you are completely unconscious, your brain literally flushes out waste products. It uses this highly specialized cleaning system to just clear out the metabolic trash that builds up while you're awake. Think of it like a dedicated night crew coming into a busy office building after everyone leaves, right? They're taking out the trash, scrubbing the floors, organizing the desks. That is exactly what your brain is doing to keep you sane, healthy, and ready for whatever tomorrow throws at you.
Which brings us to insight 2, hormone havoc.
But hey, it's not just your brain getting a reset. While you sleep, your body is handling some incredibly vital tasks that you might completely take for granted. It is quietly strengthening your immune system, meticulously balancing your hormones, and laying the groundwork to help you stay focused. These are all invisible operations running in the background. And this is exactly why, after a bad night's sleep, literally everything just feels harder. Even the simplest decisions, like what shirt to wear or what email to answer first, feel like a monumental task when your immune and hormonal systems haven't had their necessary reset.
And speaking of decisions, consider the difference in your diet. A well-rested, chemically balanced brain functions normally, for sure. But a sleep-deprived brain, it actively and desperately craves sugar and empty calories. So why does this happen? Well, the source explains that missing sleep doesn't just make you feel tired. No, it severely disrupts the specific hormones that control your hunger. You are physiologically driven to crave sugary, high-calorie foods because your exhausted brain is just grasping for quick, cheap energy to make up for the lack of rest. It is a complete and total state of hormone havoc.
Okay, let's shift gears to insight 3, creative dreams.
Now we're stepping out of the physical body and into the emotional and problem-solving factory known as the dream state. We've all been there. You have an unsolved problem during the day, you're incredibly frustrated, and you just can't figure it out. But then, you go to sleep. And while you're dreaming, your brain goes to work. It's actively processing complex emotions and connecting these totally disparate ideas in the background. The result? You experience a creative breakthrough upon waking. You literally wake up with brilliant solutions to problems you couldn't solve the day before. The dreaming brain isn't just hallucinating, folks. It is the ultimate problem solver.
In fact, history's biggest creative breakthroughs were inspired by dreams, or by insights that appeared right after a good night's rest. From iconic scientific discoveries to absolutely legendary pieces of art, that overnight processing, that magical connecting of ideas while we are dead to the world, has driven human progress in ways we are only just beginning to acknowledge.
And that brings us back to our main theme, the night shift.
Don't trade sleep for just one more episode. We've all been there, haven't we? The cliffhanger hits at 11:30 p.m. and you automatically reach for the remote. But for the chronic binge watchers out there, I want you to remember the visual narrative we've built throughout this explainer today. Your brain has a vital night shift to run. It has memories to sort, toxic trash to flush out, hormones to balance, and complex creative problems to solve. Sleep is simply too important, too miraculously active, to trade for just 45 minutes of television.
I want to conclude by leaving you with a bit of a lingering mystery. What amazing things happen while you're dreaming that scientists still don't fully understand? Because, look, we know so much about the deep clean and the hormone balancing, yet the dreaming brain remains one of the greatest, most mystical frontiers in human science. I really hope this explainer has sparked your curiosity today and invited you to truly respect the immense power of your very own night shift. Sleep well, and I will catch you on the next explainer.